You saw Bill Clinton weeks later.
Yes, that was still in this period of shock and wondering what had happened and how I could have been so stupid to have allowed something like that to happen.
Still blaming yourself.
Still blaming myself. I just still blaming myself. And I realized that I have information that needs to go back to the campaign because I had not returned to the volunteering at, putting yard signs up, asking for donations and things like that. So I found about 3 to 4 checks to the Clinton campaign. They weren't but for $25 or $50. They were small checks. And then some list of people who were still going to donate. So I asked Norma, that was the lady that was with me at the time, if she would run up to that event with me. And I think she's the one that went with me. And we went up there long before the fundraiser was to happen.
This was a fundraiser in the home of a local dentist, correct?
Yes. Uh-huh.
For Bill Clinton running for governor.
Right.
Did you know that he was going to come and that he was going to show up with Hillary?
Oh, I'm sure that I knew that, but that's why we went 30 minutes early, so I could give the lady from Little Rock the checks and the list, and then we were going to get out of there. And they come in early from the kitchen area. And just before they do,
They would be Bill and Hillary.
Bill and Hillary Clinton, and just before they do, a gentleman who had driven them from the airport comes straight over to me. He was a very he was supporting Clinton, but he didn't know what had happened to me, even though he was a friend. And he said, the topic of the conversation all the way from the airport was about you. And that startled me. And I knew I had to get out of there. Well, just as he moved, here comes Hillary straight for me. And she gets to me and she starts saying, I just want to thank you for everything you're doing in Bill's campaign, and it's so nice to meet you and all of these things. So I just nodded and told my friend, let's go. And I thought somebody from behind had grabbed a hold of my arm, but it was her. She grabbed a hold of my arm and my hand, and she pulls me into her, and she says with this very angry look on her face, which had been so pleasant seconds before, and in a low voice says, do you understand everything you do? And that frightened me.
Do you think at that point she knew that Bill Clinton raped you, or do you just think that she knew something happened? What do you think she knew?
At that moment, people have asked me that, said, well, do you think she knew what happened? At that moment, and I have to go by what I felt then, and the look that she gave me, I felt like she knew. And
That
she
he
was,
raped you.
yes, and that she was telling me to keep quiet.
Keep quiet about her husband's rape.
Yeah.